Hello and welcome to my world. I'm so happy to see you, because today I'm gonna do something I never dared to do before. I'm gonna build a farm that will provide me with unlimited shulkers. It's gonna be challenging, because I never dealt with shulkers that much. Oh, you wondering what's happening right now? Let me show you what happened just a moment ago. Hello there! So I was going about my day, or more correct to say, my night. And the skeleton trap has spawned on me. I was so surprised because there was no thunderstorm. That was so weird. But I was actually looking forward to find skeleton horses at some point. I really didn't expect to find them right now. But I have to be very careful if I want to get all of them. I don't want to shoot a horse during a thunderstorm. There is very rare chance that a skeleton horse will spawn. And if you approach it closer than 10 blocks, it will transform into 4 skeletons riding skeleton horses. But you see, if you get rid of the skeletons, you get to keep their horses. They look so cool. I'm so happy I managed to find them already. But let's return to the topic of this video. So in previous episode I have built the largest potato in Minecraft Hardcore ever. And I also built a giant potato farm inside. And it required so many resources, just a lot. And it was really a hassle to manage the space. I had some shulkers from the end cities, but they are really close to run out. Anyway, now I'm ready to harvest all these potatoes, as they finally have grown. In this farm I have planted more than 25 stacks of potatoes. Or, to be precise, 1651 plants. Let's see how much we can harvest from that. Actually, I get so many potatoes. I have to craft my last shulker boxes. These are my last available shulker shells from the previous end busting. So, I have harvested 3 full shulker boxes of potato, plus whatever you see in my inventory. I got over 95 stacks of potato, to be exact, 6106 potatoes and 35 poisonous potatoes. Isn't it impressive? But these are my last 3 shulker boxes, so I know just a place where to go to get more of those. But this time I will have different approach. This time I will go to the end, but instead of finding a lot of end cities and fighting a lot of shulkers. It's quite exciting, but it gets boring and old pretty fast. Instead, I'm planning to find an end city and bring a shulker back to the overworld. That's why I'm putting this railroad. It will be very handy a little bit later, after I actually find an end city. I already raided a couple of them before. You can definitely say that I was here before, so I guess I'll just continue for a while. It's not so hard to find end cities with Elytra, but it can take a time. Did I find an end city so fast? If you saw my previous episodes, all of my previous end cities that I found were so tiny. And this one is real huge. And it has end getaway too. That can't be more lucky. That's absolutely perfect spot to transport my shulkers. Let's build this truck and I'll brag from the back in order to get shulker in a boat. It doesn't work like that. Oh no, Enderman, why are you doing that? I'm sorry, I have to do this. I'm sorry I didn't invite you here. It's only your fault. Anyway, I think I need to position this boat a little bit differently, so it actually works. Now that's better. Step number 1 complete. Shulker is in the boat. The second step is to get it all the way to the overworld. But how am I gonna get it up there? I think a railroad is a solution. There is one thing though. I didn't really come here well prepared. I completely forgot to bring any potions. Especially invisibility potion would really help me. Well, let's hope this works. I built the railroad only halfway to the portal, and now I see it was a mistake. The minecart is coming back. I don't know why it didn't stop. The rails are not powered over there. Well, I completely forgot. The physics of a boat in a minecart are absolutely insane. Because of the lack of invisibility potion and a little bit poor planning, it took me much longer to deal with the shulker than I expect. I will show you only a very short version of it. Enjoy! And now the Shulker is finally went through this portal to the main end island. It took me a little bit longer than I want to admit, but could you do it better than me? Maybe. Maybe you have some tricks that you can tell me. Let me know in the comments down below. So let's meet the Shulker on the other side. Oh no, it almost fell into the void. How did this happen? It just hung in there by 1 pixel. Shulker, stop shooting me. I want to save you. Please let me save you. I guess you don't want to be saved. From here I can go very fast to my base and grab invisibility potions. Also, I want to prepare the main portal, so it's ready for the Shulker. If you want to successfully teleport the Shulker, you have to make sure that there is only one spot that it can go, so I really need to spawn-proof all of it. I use redstone dust, because the terrain here is so bad. I really need to terraform this. Also, be careful about the sides of the blocks. I think I successfully spawn-proofed all the area. About 8 by 8, around the place where the activator rail is, that will eject the Shulker, so it will be able to teleport from the minecart to the only one eligible spot. And of course, I have to make sure my Shulker is healthy, so I sprayed it with some regeneration potions, just in case. And now the Shulker is teleported to the wrong spot. I don't know how it's supposed to be... Oh, never mind. It took some time, but now it's where it's supposed to be. The only thing left is to push it with the piston to the overworld. And then I will meet it in my home island. Only if I knew how to put the piston. Now it's wrong again. What am I doing wrong? Will I ever figure out pistons? I'm embarrassing myself right now. I can do it, I believe. Yay! I figured out the piston. Another regeneration potion, just in case. And I have a lot of buttons ready to be pressed over here. And the Shulker is gone. Let's see if it is there. Home sweet home. I want to open you a small secret. I really need this Shulker farm, because I have such a big idea planned for this island. I don't want to tell you because I don't want to promise too much, but no matter what I do in this world, having extra Shulkers is never a wrong thing. Let's mark this spawn point, it may be useful later. And let's secure the Shulker while I'm building the farm. It's quite away from my house, so I should be fine. It will be hard to be interrupted by the Shulker bullets. I hope they don't reach me here. Or will they? Anyway, first of all, in order to build Shulker farm, I need some essential supplies. For this farm that I will build, I will need a lot of scaffolding. Unfortunately, I haven't built any spider farm yet. I guess it's a new project in my to-do list. But for now, I can collect these spider webs. And the other material that I want to build my farm with is a copper. And I actually found a copper vein, which will be so useful. I can get tons of copper from this vein. So let me collect this and I'll get back to you when I will have all the materials for my farm. So from this copper vein, I got almost 2 stacks of raw copper ore blocks. And I have all scaffolding that I need. So now that I have all the materials, let's begin the farm building. For the location, I want to build it very close to my house. But not too close, so it's not loaded all the time. Shulkers may be laggy sometimes. I decided to build this farm kind of close to that ocean monument that I raided some episodes ago. I'm yet to do a guardian farm. I know my to-do list is quite huge by this time, so I really hope I survive in this world long enough to do all of it. So now I'm building this farm, I'm following this tutorial. I will provide you links in the description, and basically it's powered by snowmans. The advantage of this farm is that it's one-dimensional, meaning it works only in one dimension. You don't need to rely on teleporting the Shulker. Theoretically, I could have built it in the end, but I prefer to have it a bit more handy. So basically what it does is triggering Shulker to shoot into the snowman, but instead the bullet will hit the Shulker and it will multiply itself. There will be very limited space where new Shulker can go, so they all will end up in one block and kind of destroy themselves from entity cramming. This farm is so smart. I actually have never built a Shulker farm before. It is because the Shulkers are so complicated, and I was afraid that this farm will be very complicated too. But to my surprise, it's mostly made out of slabs and scaffolding, and the redstone is not that hard. It's really straightforward. The people who made this farm possible are geniuses. For the slabs I use unoxidized copper, but I didn't wax it. Right now my farm looks like a ham sandwich. Look, bread, and ham. I'm just curious to see how long will it take to oxidize all the copper. I think oxidized copper will look like a lettuce. Bread and lettuce is a weird sandwich. I know it's not the most optimized way to oxidize the copper, but I don't really care, because I will spend in this area quite long time, either AFKing at a farm or just being nearby, for example in that ocean monument. So it kind of works out. Anyway, let me finish and I'll get back to you when it will be time to bring the shulker. Hello! Are you ready to go to the new house I built for you? I really hope you do. It's gonna be very easy to transport the shulker. It's already in a boat, and I just need to get to the water. And there it's really close to my farm. And here we are. It was really easy. Now I need to transport it very close to this farm and release it from the boat. And it's supposed to teleport where it's supposed to go. Or it doesn't. Wait a minute. Jesus. What is this Jesus shulker? How can it stand on water? It's impossible. I think I can help it if I put a block here. There you go. And I will remove this block. Let's try. And it's gone. I don't know where, but it's gone somewhere. I know it can take time before it's in the correct spot. So I will wait a couple of minutes. Also, to start this farm I need to flick this lever. I don't know why, but my game is so laggy right now. So I really hope that it works. I really spend a lot of time to deal with it. I don't want to lose my shulker. So I built for myself this temporary glass block. So I can AFK for a little bit and see if the farm works. It actually takes time before farm can produce something. But once it starts, it should be very productive. I think it can produce maybe 750 shulker shells per hour? I'm not gonna AFK for that long, as I care about time in this world, but I will AFK just enough to get me started with a big project. And now I see that there are shulker shells flying around, and there are new shulkers that spawn and teleport all the way up until they end up in that one block, where they suffocate and produce shulker shells. I think it works perfectly, and after I've gained for like 15 minutes, let's check how much we have. 2.5 stacks? That's so many shulker shells! Now I'm one step closer to my goal. Building giant potato was hard, because I was manually collecting all the resources. So now it's time to build more farms. And of course I didn't forget, I promised to rebuild this forest. So that's what I will do. But for now, thank you so much for watching this episode with me. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And feel free to leave comments. There is very high chance I will actually answer, because I really enjoy interacting with you. It makes this experience so much better. And I hope to see you in my next episode of Minecraft Hardcore.